I have a sneaky suspicion that some of my plants are root bound. They've kind of stopped growing, so I'm going to be repotting them today. Hey plant lovers, welcome to today's video. I'm pretty sure this plant needs repotting because it's kind of slowed down in growth and there are some roots coming out of the bottom. So I thought today I'd give this one a repot, and I'm also going to be putting this little propagation in too, just to kind of reduce the amount of plants that I have. Something I've been doing a lot of lately. So let's have a look what's going on in here. And I'm definitely curious to see how root bound this plant is. Oh, I see some roots at the top there. Okay, here goes. Let's see what we've got. This is the exciting moment. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, it's more root bound than I thought it was. No wonder it had slowed down on growth, because this is usually a really fast growing plant and it really slowed down. Yeah, this is quite root bound. It's so root bound that it just kind of just sits there. So now I just need to pick an appropriate sized pot, and I have actually arranged my pots all neatly, so it's far easier for me to get them. Let's see what we have here. No, that's too small. This is one of those occasions where size does matter. That one might be good, let's see. Seems to be a tradition around here that I have almost the right size pot, but not quite. So let's see if that's going to happen today. I think that could probably be okay, but then I haven't factored in that I'm going to be putting this little guy in as well. I should probably just check this one, although this one won't have as much going on root-wise. This might be difficult to get out, but I've put it in a glass container. It's just a curiosity really to see what would happen, but see if I can pull it out. It is coming out. I've just watered it, so it's quite wet. Right, let's just pop that to one side. Let's see if the roots are okay before I... The roots are okay. Let's just pop them out there. So I don't think this is going to make a huge amount of difference to the size of pot we have. It does have some really good roots there. I'm just checking for rot. There's no rot, everything looks fine. So yeah, I'll just pop that in with that. I think they're both at the same sort of moisture level right now, if you know what I mean. So these won't need watering, is what I'm saying. So they're both quite moist. So I need a pot that's going to do the job here. I mean, I feel like this would be okay, but there isn't a huge amount of space. That's the same. That's the biggest I've got. I've got a couple of bigger ones I'll just grab and just see. So let's see. I'll go for the bigger one because this one gives barely any room for growth. So this is the only other one that could be suitable. Any bigger than that and it would be too big. So let's just see how this looks in here. Pop that in there. And then I just want to slip this little baby in there somewhere. Just put him in the side, there's just about enough space for me to pop him in there. And then let's backfill this. Really should have done this sooner by the looks of things. I hadn't realised it was this root bound. So that may well have slowed down the growth for this year. I kept kind of looking at this plant and thinking, I think you need a repot, you've stopped growing, something's going on, and then just other things got in the way and I just didn't do it. So I'm sure that happens to us all though. You know, life happens. There's more going on in our lives than just plants, isn't there? But it's done now. Still got quite a lot of rootage sticking out here. I'm looking forward to seeing it start to vine because it's not at the right length yet. Apparently when the vines get to about 1 foot long, that's when they start to kind of trail. So I am kind of quite looking forward to that. And I can put it in a hanging pot or just on a shelf somewhere. Well, I think that's that. So I just need to, I'm not going to water it because it's quite moist still at the moment. But let's just give it a good spanking because we want all those air pockets to be filled. And I do actually have this pot for it because I've just literally just nicked this from my blue star fern because that is the plant I'm going to be repotting next. So that looks quite nice in there and I've just got soil all over it, but once I've cleaned it off it shall look nice. So that's that. But yeah, the plant that was in that one is this blue star fern. And I've just got a feeling that this is root bound. So let's have a look. It feels very in there. This one actually has, I don't know if I can show you there, you can see those kind of furry little rhizomes coming up out of the soil. You're supposed to make sure those are above the soil, so I can't bury those. But let's just take it out and see what's going on in there. If it's not root bound, I can always just pop it back in, but I want to check because I think this one's slowed down in its growth as well. So and I'm feeling, yes, there's a lot going on in here. Feels very firmly in there. Okay, let's see what we've got. I'll just give it a good push. It doesn't want to come out of here. Just kind of poking my fingers through those holes and pushing. I think I can feel it loosening now. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay. I think that is root bound. It is pretty packed in there. Look at that. You can see the rhizomes a little more clearly now, these little furry things. But yeah, this is so root bound that it's just become a mass. So definitely time to give this a little repot here. No wonder it had stopped growing. Okie dokie. That's too small. It's kind of the same size as the other one, only a bit taller. The only other one I have is this one. Let's see. That's too big. Oh, what am I going to do? I don't have a pot that's the right size here. Well, that gives it a little bit of room. It's going to have this one because I don't have another one. That'll be fine. It'll give it a little bit of extra space. I've just got to make sure that I don't bury those rhizomes. I want those at the top. I think depth-wise this pot does give it a good increase in size, and it's got a little bit around the edge. I think this will do it for a little while. Now I'll just backfill that. I've actually had this plant for quite some time. It's one of my oldest plants. It just started out as a couple of plants that I bought from a supermarket. I bought two of them, I think they were £3 each, and then I potted them up into this pot together. And yeah, it's just been a super easy plant. Definitely not like other ferns where they are very fussy about staying moist and all that kind of thing. This one's a little bit more forgiving. So that's the blue star fern repotted, and hopefully it'll be a little happier now. Really hope you enjoyed the video today, guys, and maybe you got some plant chores done too. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up, and until next time, guys, look after your plants and look after yourself.